Good morning, my name is Alok and this is Waking Voice. We are on the 21st episode of the series. The first of the series is known as Bahavo Gyan Tapsa. And in Bahavo Gyan Tapsa, our entire objective is to ensure that knowledge and intelligence is the weapon of penance, right? ज्ञान का तप कर रहे हैं आप इंद्रियों का तप नहीं कर रहे हैं, आप मन का तप नहीं कर रहे हैं, आप बुद्धि से तप कर रहे हैं। और ये बुद्धि का ही काम है जो आप इतने देर से कर रहे हैं, इतने एपिसोड से कर रहे हैं कि मन को क्रिया में लगाना, इंद्रियों को श्वास में प्रश्वास में लगाना, ये सब बुद्धि का रोल है। And that penance is known as that is what we are trying to focus on. Now if you carefully observe, um, you know that is what the last point of today's session is as well, right? And in Gita, Lord Krishna says that dadami buddhi yogam cha. Okay, so it's a very, words have huge amount of power. Words have huge amount of power. They carry an entire thought process. They carry an entire a battery of thought and gravitas to them. One word will have that. What does bahavo gyan tapsa mean, and what does dadami buddhi yogam cha? Right? मैं तुमको बुद्धि योग देता हूँ. This is what we will do today. Okay, meditate on understanding what the intellect does and then sharpening the intellect to such an extent that we are sure we would be able to use this weapon in our journey ahead in the next set of series. Because once you go in, for example, a war kind of scenario, you sharpen your objects once, right? So that you are ready for the war. So sit back, take your spine straight, put some cushion back in the spine. Your L5 S1 has to be straight like this. Okay. Your shoulders need to be back, chest needs to be up. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Purakaha Re Chakaha Purakaha Re Chakaha. Deeper, longer breaths. Purakaha Re Chakaha. Look at the mind as what is the intellect doing? What is the function of the intellect? The internet is a governing council. It's a board of directors. What is Buddhi Yoga? Buddhi Yoga means controlling the the objects below the intellect via the intellect. Anything and everything which is below the intellect, the sound which is coming in the ear, control it not by pressing the ear or not by bringing the mind to the ear. Control it by the power of your intellect. Say that this is immaterial. Without my authority, no sound can enter into my ears, irrespective whether the doors of the ears are open or not. Without my authority, the eyes do not have the right to open and take any input from the material world. मैं बुद्धि हूँ, मेरी इस बुद्धि के आज्ञा के विपरीत मेरी इंद्रियां, मेरी अश्रु, मेरी आंखें खोल नहीं सकती हैं आंखें, और वो विषय और विकार से संलग्न नहीं हो सकती हैं। ये मैं निर्धारित करता हूँ क्योंकि मैं बुद्धि हूँ। मैं अपने मन को नियंत्रित करता हूँ कि वो भूत और भविष्य में ना जाए, वो वर्तमान में रहे। मैं सजग हूँ, ये मैं बुद्धि होकर निर्धारित कर सकता हूँ. I am the intellect, I am awareness. The mind can be in the present, only then it can be aware. The intellect does not have an awareness of its own. As you move ahead from the senses to mind, mind to intellect, intellect to the consciousness, the degrees of awareness of these entities increase substantially. You are, if you are the consciousness, you are 100% awareness. If you are the intellect, you are at least 65 to 75, 80% awareness. Higher degree of awareness and exposure can always control people, entity, and objects with lower degree of exposure and awareness. आप अपने मन को अपनी बुद्धि से नियंत्रित करें, बुद्धि से और विवेक से. Use your mind and senses throughout the day, throughout even in the material objects. Right? Use the wisdom of right and wrong. This wisdom, this wisdom will really become the grinding wheel of your intellect in the journey forward. Every time your intellect will loosen its edge, loosen its sharpness, you will take the intellect and rub it on the wisdom. हर बार जब बुद्धि की तीव्रता और पैनापन कम होगा तो आप बुद्धि को विवेक की कसौटी पे घसेंगे और उसको तेज करेंगे. विवेक क्या है? The understanding of right and wrong. What is understanding of right and wrong? Look at the nature. Everything is pre-programmed. Understand from the nature what is right. Understand from the nature what is wrong. You automatically get it. You automatically get it. ऋतुकाल ये सब नेचर से हो रहा है, प्रकृति से हो रहा है. आप प्रकृति के साथ अलाइन हो जाएंगे, आप खुद ब खुद विवेकशील हो जाएंगे. If your wisdom aligns with the nature, you automatically get right. Now look back to the actions which you have done in the past. There may be actions which you have done purely out of negative emotions: काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मोह, मद, मत्सर, षड विकार. There are 6 negative attributes: lust, uh, you know, anger, attachment, laziness, and so on and so forth. Look at the actions that you have done earlier. Those wrong actions must have been done when you were not aware and you were being driven away by one of the negative attributes which reside outside the senses. Look at like this. This is senses, mind, intellect. Anything which is negative attribute which is on this side, it is on this side. And it is attracting so much towards the intellect that you are governed to doing wrong things. Right? Even consuming whiskey is wrong. It is not being prescribed by religion. It is not being prescribed by spirituality. Right? It is being prescribed by external world, the material world. It's a manifestation of material world. Have you ever consumed that? You may have consumed because your intellect would not have been sharpened and you may have not known is it right or wrong. But right now you have known it. Right? Stay away. Be aware. When you are aware, you will automatically know that killing animals is not right. It's okay if you're not aware and you are consuming. But the moment you are aware, you know what is right and wrong. This Vivekshilta, this wisdom, the nature of the wisdom which you will have in your intellect is paramount and it will take you ahead in the journey towards spirituality and knowing thyself. Sit back and observe the past, what you have done. Right? Run the picture of those events where you think you have done wrong. right? There may be instances where things would have been done wrong to you, right? Do not focus on that right now. But अपनी बुद्धि का चश्मा लगा के आप उन सारी घटनाओं को देखें जहां आपने गलत किया था, शायद अनजाने में या जानते बूझते हुए. With awareness or without awareness, look from the eyes of the intellect your past where you have done things which are wrong. Right? Let them pass through in front of you. Just observe pure mathematically. Right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong. Just observe this. Just observe. And it's perfectly fine however wrong you may have done. It's perfectly fine however right you may have done. The objective of going through this movie is is to further sharpen and deduce the authority to the intellect that this is what you need to do going further. Look at the actions from right and wrong perspective and then only do the right. Currently it's okay even if those which you think you have done wrong are coming to you, because eventually they will be stored somewhere in the karma account and they will come in some other format. But observing them with the sharpness of awareness will limit their impact, will reduce their prarabdha, the intensity of the actions. Those wrong things which you may have done earlier, if you observe them carefully with full awareness, their potency will liquefy, will dissolve. Observe. Run the picture of the journey of this life. Even if there are other pictures where you think you could have stopped doing wrong, observe those images, those instances. And it's okay if emotions are coming in the middle. Why? Because it's only when you observe them you're able to address them. They have never been addressed. You may have wronged people. That's perfectly fine. The circumstances may have called it. That's okay. But observe them right now. Observe them without emotions. Observe them with the duty of filtering and putting a tick mark right and wrong. Right and wrong. Observe, observe, observe. Tick mark right, tick mark wrong. If emotions are coming in the middle from the mind, because this picture is coming through the filter of the mind, right? Keep the emotions aside. It's okay if there are certain sort of negative emotions which are coming. It's okay. Just dispassionately, analytically, mathematically observe right and wrong. Sharpen your intellect. Dadami buddhi yogam cha. तू अपने किए हुए सारे कर्मों को मुझ चेतन रूप में समर्पित कर हे अर्जुन. मैं तुझे बुद्धि योग देता हूँ. The actions which you have done, O my dear Arjuna, surrender it to me, the consciousness. I will give you the power of yoga through intellect. And through this intellect, I will be able to pull you inside your real self, which is me who is sitting there. And after this, I will be able to give you Divyam Dadamide Chakshu. Only I can give you the divine eyes to observe who you really are, wherein I already set once you are able to get the divine intellect which is required. This is what the divine intellect the Lord is talking about. Observe. Take the actions, right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong. Submit the actions to your divine and the feet of your divine. You will get the divine intellect to move forward. This is the most important thing which is required in Vedanta. बुद्धि का रोल बुद्धि का महत्व वेदांत में अतिशय है, क्योंकि ये बुद्धि ही आप में विवेक, वैराग्य, षट संपत्ति और मुमुक्षुता पैदा करती है। विवेक, वैराग्य, षट संपत्ति और मुमुक्षुता। Vivek is wisdom, Vairag is detachment, Shat Sampatti, six type of attributes, and Mumukshata, the ability to be free, freedom, which is at the last. These four attributes will be provided by the intellect. Submit to their divine, your actions, right actions, wrong actions, tick mark them, and surrender to your divine. If you want, you can fold your hands, bow your head, and you'll see the effects of these actions relinquishing. This is the construct, the fundamental of the golden bowl which is required for you to store the knowledge. This intellect is the golden bowl. Right? Hence, we normally say in the session, you need to absorb the knowledge. The knowledge is stored in the golden bowl. You have to have the ability to create the golden bowl, to keep the knowledge intact there. Stay more in this particular phase. Stay more in this particular phase. The mind may vary, the senses may stop relaying the picture, give them the command. Re-relay, restart. And you feel something is troubling you, skip that. Something is troubling you, skip that. Let the picture of life run. Tick mark right and wrong, surrender to your divine. Feel the lightness of the load which is coming to this. Slowly, in the last phase, bow your hands, bow your head, and submit to the consciousness, this divine picture. अपने हाथ जोड़कर अपने ही अंदर विराजमान विभू चेतन को ये अपने जीवन के कर्म और उनसे उपजा हुआ प्रारब्ध समर्पित कर दो। जितने गहराई से आप समर्पित करेंगे उतने गहराई से आप मुक्त महसूस करेंगे। डीपर द सरेंडर, greater the feeling of liberation that you will feel and the feeling of lightness that you will feel. Slowly stop the relay of picture. You might as well continue this process for as long as you feel. Right? And slowly stop the relay of the picture. Right? The past is past which is gone. Henceforth, you will be the creator of your future, where you can decide the right and wrong and do only the right things by the power of your own consciousness. Slowly come back to your body. Start moving the body parts. Move up a little bit. Slowly rub your hands. Put it on your face, on your body parts. Today's session is over. Any questions which I can quickly answer? Mala, Kunal. Any, yeah, Mr. Bala.
Yes. Today's session very deeper and I couldn't cope. Maybe I need some more time.
Sorry, probably my ears have gone deaf. Can you come back again?
No, I said today somehow I'm not settled, and so the concentration level is not there today. So maybe I'll try to experience it and try to list it out. The list I'm not able to do the listing what is right and what is wrong. So maybe it'll take some more time for me. Let's see.
Your conscious
Thank you.
already, yeah, sure, your conscious already knows what is right and wrong. It's only the transparency which is required and the silence of the mind. If the mind is preoccupied, it will never throw the picture on your intellect.
Okay.
And it is one of the attributes in yoga as well. Chidakash, Chidakash. So it's also in the mantra of Shiva Bhagwan. Chidakash, Makash, Vasum Bhajayam. So in the picture, in the screen of the consciousness, the true picture is already there. But the problem is you have to relay the picture from outside. If you have to relay the picture from outside, your senses and your mind has to be very, very clear. Right?
Okay.
If there are obstructions in the senses and the mind, the clarity will not get reflected on this mirror.
Okay.
Right? So if the mind is
Okay.
preoccupied or if the sense organs are preoccupied, example, if the hand is moving, right?
Right.
It's continuously relaying input to the intellect. Okay. If the mind is preoccupied with something which is pending work, okay, it will
Okay.
not allow you to relay the information to the intellect because it's a hierarchy, right? It's like three
Right.
hierarchy, tick, tick, tick. That is how it is. So when once
I
you
think
sit, yeah,
for today's session, I was a bit late by 3 minutes. So I think I fully settled.
yeah,
So, of course, the concept is very deeper, and I think I still need to do more practice to do that.
yeah, exactly. That is the reason that we ask our participants to come at 7:42, settle down for a couple of minutes, so that we exactly start, and we still wait for 2 minutes every day. We don't
I
start
understand.
at 7:45. We start at 7:47, so that if
Okay.
somebody can come joining new
Right.
technology or that. So settle down. You can go through this particular video, right? And the best, I think the best way of also practicing Vedanta is when you're returning from office.
Come again.
When you're
When you
returning,
return.
when you return from office.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah, so
right.
normally what I do is, so I have done this soundproofing in the vehicle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked my driver that drive slow. It's 1 hour 10 minutes. It will become 1 hour
Yeah.
40 minutes, 30 minutes. That's it. And then I'll listen to some of my meditations and go into
Oh.
deep trance because there's no sound, there's no external disturbance, and I'm sitting silently and almost lying down.
Okay.
Because then
Utilizing the.
utilizing the time, you cut the external world, cut the external flag, right? Even when you're keeping the mobile phone, right?
Mm.
Took a stand. Take a stand. Keep it in the stand so that the senses are completely at rest. The mind is at completely at rest, right? Only then you are able to cut the cord from the external world, right?
Right.
It's an umbilical cord.
Still, the ears part of it, we are not able to control. A lot of sound. I could say, hear the birds chirping outside my house.
Yeah, yeah. No, no,
That,
even birds are chirping here. I want to
I
control,
can hear that also. Yes.
but then there are
I-
positive sounds, negative sounds. Positive sounds the brain processes and earmarks as positive and doesn't have an issue. The issue is with negative sounds.
okay.
Yeah, because and these issues are coming from your subconscious. These sounds are
Mm.
coming from your subconscious. Somebody has insulted you. Somebody has spoken a wrong word to you. Somebody must have done something wrong. That picture will start relaying because the
Right.
mind by default is negatively oriented. That is what
Right.
meditation is about. The deeper you go, you turn your everything into the positive domain.
Right. Okay.
Right? Hence, meditation is a subset of practice. It is less of a subset of an engagement like class, like what we are doing. Right?
Mm.
My idea is to tell you the method so that you can take the method and go and implement.
Right. Okay. Right.
And
We'll
the
try. We'll try.
yeah, and the one last thing that you can do is before sleeping, right?
Mm.
There's
Mm.
another very better way, right? This is one of the finest way of doing meditation in going to sleep. Play the audio, sit back, try meditating, and you'll have a profound sleep.
Okay. Okay. While lying, I mean, after lying on the bed itself, you suggest to do,
Yes.
or
Yes.
should we sit?
No, no, lie down flat, lie down flat. Put on whatever
We
AC.
tend to sleep. We tend to sleep off.
Yeah, it's intended to sleep because that is a very fine method of retracting from the external world and going into the sleep world. It
Okay.
is that. Yeah. It is being recommended by modern science as well. Right?
Okay.
So those who have sleep insomnia, meditation solves the insomnia issue and mental stress, anxiety, and depressions. Because then you are cutting from the external world, and the deeper you
Correct.
cut from the external world, the deeper you go into the internal world.
Okay. Right.
That,
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Alok.
thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Have a good
Any,
day.
yeah, have a good day. Kunal, any questions which I can answer?
Is it the last session today?
No, this is the last session for the series.
Series.
The
So what
first,
is the name of this series?
as I said, the name of the series is the greatest penance is knowledge. This is
Okay.
series one, Bhavo Gyan
So
Tapsa.
these, yeah. So knowledge basically is more with the content.
Yeah, the object was to sharpen the tool, right?
Yeah.
Because going
Correct.
here in the next series, right, where we will focus only on the senses, we will focus only on the mind. The intellect will be used to train the senses, and the intellect will be used to train the mind. Right? The top hierarchy people normally train the bottom guys, right? So in the next
So
series,
it is like an index for the future application.
yeah, because we
Contained all the subtopics and other.
yes, we are building the foundations of Vedanta. These are called as foundations of Vedanta.
What are the references for this
You can pick up any
content?
you can pick up any Upanishad, any Brahma Sutra, Gita, right, or any books by Shankaracharya on Vedanta. It's already there.
Which you are following now.
And, so I'm not following one book where I can give you take this book and you'll get to know whatever I'm doing. Right? It's a combination of years of my own meditation, my own learnings, right? Plus the scriptures which I have read across all the four Vedas, all the Upanishads.
Oh,
Uh,
you have read all the four Vedas.
so no, I do not claim that. My idea is not saying all of that. My idea is somewhere some of the statements like Bhavo Gyan Tapsa, right? These are the statements you will only find in very very deep, you know, text. You won't find even in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad or Ken Upanishad. But there are certain mantras which are very powerful, right? Example, there are mantras in Ashtavakara Gita, right? These are some. We will cover all of that. We will cover the cream la cream of all the scriptures and give it to you, so that you don't need to go and hunt in the jungle. You just need to have that money from it, right? So that you know and you can catch it. That's how it is. So going forward, it's going to be really exciting. We're building the foundations of Vedanta. Right? Once the foundations are erect, we'll do either an online retreat or an offline, whatever is possible, so that people will be able to go much deeper. We'll be able to sit in meditation for some deeper times and some really good ones.
Have you heard this boundaryless concept? Okay.
Boundary.
Run by boundaryless. Have you come across this you can say.
Boundary, the volume is a little bit less.
Have you come across this one organized organization, Boundaryless?
Boundary-less.
This is also basically conducted by IITians.
No, I have not done that. I mean, if you know it,
Okay, you I think you can find out in Facebook. So
okay.
is maybe your retreat concept equal to his camping etc. at Dehradun.
Sure, sure. If you can text me across, I'll be
Uh,
more than happy to Google. No worries. Right?
it is, I think, already on the Facebook.
Boundary-less. Boundary-less.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Uh,
You can Google it
I
out.
think he started in around 2010, I think,
Sure.
when I was in Ethiopia.
Okay, sure. So, any questions on today's meditation which I can quickly answer? Done?
It's nice.
Okay.
Only thing is we started with the war concept.
War concept. Yeah, I mean that's how it is. Because in the journey towards inside, you'll have great war. You won't realize it, but we are all fighting a great war with our own self. It's not easy to go inside. It's very easy to win outside.
And this is another thing we already programmed with the negative.
Yes.
So this is a very surprising thing I came to know. We by default we are compared with negative energy.
Exactly. That's how it is. So Vedant also tells
So,
you. Yeah.
so is it due to materialistic approach or something?
हम मायावादी हैं ना, ईशावादी नहीं है.
Yes. Hmm.
हाँ, तो माया से ईश में जाने के लिए बहुत मेहनत लगती है और बहुत बड़ा युद्ध है, राइट? और जो आपने अभी कहा है ना कि स्टार्टेड विद द वर्ड वॉर, राइट? लॉर्ड कृष्णा सेड दिस थिंग टू अर्जुन, राइट? दैट इहै ते जिते सर्व एषां साम्य स्थिते मनः. He told this thing to Arjun, said that there's no external war, Arjun. There are no people who are standing outside who are taking bow and hitting to you. This is the war of yourself, right? Your senses are revolting, your mind is revolting, right? And your intellect is simply not listening to you. They are being driven by the external attachments, right? Fight with yourself and win yourself. Right? This is Lord Krishna's statement. I would really love to have made my own statements, but I'm not authorized to do that. सबसे बड़ा जो युद्ध है वो आपका अपने साथ होता है.
Internal fight is always there.
Any further questions which I can answer on the meditation specifically? Done. Okay. So we look forward to connect back in the next video. Thank you for being here and thank you for being so patient and listening to this.
Thank you, Mr. Alok.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.